Welcome to the story of Noah and Nick in the second part of My Fault. Today, Noah has turned 18 years old. Nick was doing an internship in San Francisco, but somehow he came to meet Noah at night. Their parents don't like them meeting secretly, but they still keep seeing each other. Nick gave Noah a necklace as a symbol of his love. Both of them spent the next few days together, but soon it was time for Noah to leave for college. Nick's friend Leon scared Nick by saying, "Our girls will go to college and drift away from us. They'll meet boys there, and we'll lose them." Along with this, Noah's school ends, and her family gifts her a car. Nick then takes Noah to a house and tells her, "This house was gifted to me by my grandfather, and it's very close to your college. Perfect for us." Here, Noah and Nick start their romance. Noah asked, "How can I stay here instead of the hostel?" Nick replied, "You will stay?" Actually, he wasn't planning for Noah to stay at the house, and Noah got angry. The scene shifted to a club where Noah and Nick discussed these things with their friends, but their friends' relationships weren't going well either. The next day, Noah reached her college apartment. She was going to share this apartment with a girl named Briar. On the other hand, Nick's father introduced him to a new advocate, Sophia, saying she would help him with his internship. Nick now had to share his office with Sophia. Meanwhile, Noah's mom tried to talk to her, but Noah didn't want to listen. Her mom showed her a photo of her and Nick, warning, "If you two don't stop, this will come out. You're too young to know what's right and wrong, and this cannot continue in my house." Later, Noah got a call from Nick. He told her, "I'll be working here, but there's another intern with me now." Nick kept Sophia away from Noah's sight so she wouldn't feel insecure. When Noah arrived at her college apartment, Briar was hosting a party. She didn't know Noah would come soon. Noah felt uncomfortable staying in her house, and Briar told her not to be sad. Then, a boy named Michael came there. He was doing an internship at the same college. On the other side, Sophia is working with Nick. Bringing them together was part of Noah's mom's plan. The scene shifted to the next day. Noah, Nick, and Nick's sister Maggie were playing together, but then Nick's mom arrived, pretending she came for Maggie. She wanted to talk to Nick, but Nick didn't even want to see her face. He became upset, remembering how she left him 10 years ago. Noah comforted Nick, and soon they started a romance. Then Noah noticed that Nick had given her a love bite, which she didn't like. She took a permanent marker and made marks on Nick as revenge. Both of them laughed and went to Noah's college apartment together. But there, Nick saw Briar. Seeing her, Nick dropped his phone in shock and left quickly. It was clear Nick knew Briar somehow. Nick's phone started ringing at Noah's house. It was a call from his friend Leon using his driver's phone. Nick immediately rushed to meet Leon. Leon had been given a package to deliver, but it turned out to be drugs. Leon was scared to take the package inside, and Nick told him, "I promised Noah I'd stay away from this." Leon went inside alone, but Nick followed to help him. Seeing Nick's phone, Noah became suspicious and decided to follow him. She ended up at the same place, only to discover that the leader of the goons was Ronnie's elder brother, an old enemy of both Nick and Noah. Ronnie is in jail right now, but he'll be released soon. Meanwhile, the goons in the bar pointed out that there was less stuff in the package Leon had delivered. Nick offered to pay them money, but the goons weren't interested in money. They wanted their lives. At the bar, some people started teasing Nick and Noah intentionally. Noah couldn't hold back and ended up starting a fight. A massive brawl broke out in the bar, and eventually, Nick and Noah were caught by the police. Luckily, Sophia managed to get them released somehow, but Noah was furious with Nick. She scolded him, saying, "You started all this again, even after I told you not to. What if something happens to you? What will happen to me then?" To cool things off, they decided to adopt a pet. Together, Nick and Noah adopted a cat. During this time, it was revealed that Briar had been in a car accident with her boyfriend some time back. After spending 2 months in the hospital, she came out only to find her boyfriend with someone else, and that boyfriend was none other than Nick. However, Briar wasn't home when Nick and Noah were spending time together. Noah took the chance and suggested, "Briar's not here, let's have some fun." But just when they were enjoying themselves, Briar suddenly walked in. She looked at them and said, "You guys carry on, I'm leaving." Nick, however, was visibly shaken and left in a hurry. Briar didn't take her eyes off them. The next day, Leon's girlfriend came to see him. She pleaded with him saying, "Please don't do such risky things for money again. Our relationship means much more than that." Meanwhile, Nick's mom paid a visit to Noah. She begged Noah, "Just let me talk to Nick once." She added, "There are things you don't know, like how your mom and Nick's father have been together for years. If you want to learn more, call me." Later, Noah returned home and found that Sophia's family had come over for dinner with her family. Watching the interaction between their families and seeing Nick and Sophia bonding made Noah jealous. During dinner, she blurted out, "Nick and I are thinking of living together," and abruptly left the table. Nick followed her outside. It was also the day marking 1 year since Noah's father passed away. In her frustration, Noah said to Nick, "Your father's right, you and Sophia would look good together." Nick tried to assure her saying, "There's nothing going on between us," but Noah replied, "Then why are you staying away from me? Why don't you even want me to stay with you?" The next day Nick's mom visited their house again. Noah let her in since no one else was home. Nick's mom revealed some shocking truths to Noah. She said, "I didn't cheat on Nick's father. Instead, Nick's father, Will, had an affair with your mom while we were still together. Nick's grandfather covered everything up with the help of his lawyers. Nick hates me because I left him, but he doesn't know the full truth." Before leaving, Nick's mom took Nick's father's toothbrush and handed a letter to Noah. She begged, "Please give this letter to Nick." But Nick's father had warned Nick to stay away from his mom, suspecting she was up to something. Later, Noah secretly placed the letter on Nick's table. When Nick found it, he got angry and demanded to know how it got there. Seeing Noah's nervous face, Sophia covered for her and said, "The courier guy brought it." But Nick tore the letter in frustration. To make up for everything, Nick took Noah out for dinner. He revealed a permanent tattoo of one of Noah's drawings on his arm, leaving her touched. The two started dancing together. However, Nick soon broke the news to Noah that he had to go to London with Sophia for a few days to work on a project. Noah agreed, saying, "Okay." Nick then made her promise. "Promise me you'll stay in this apartment until I return." He didn't want to leave Noah alone with Briar. The next day, Noah's mom visited their apartment. Noah, already upset, confronted her angrily and said, "You're deliberately keeping Nick away from me." Her mom, without hesitation, replied, "Yes, because I don't want my daughter to live with anyone right now." Hearing this, Noah snapped back, "Then tell me, whose arms were you in that night when Dad attacked me?" The tension in the room escalated. Without waiting for a reply, Noah grabbed her cat and stormed out of the apartment. On the other side, Nick confronted his grandfather about Briar. He asked, "Will you tell me anything about her? Why did you ask me to hide back then?" But his grandfather remained tight-lipped, saying only, "Don't worry, I took care of everything." A few days later, Nick's project in London ended. To celebrate, he and Sophia went out together, but a photographer secretly started taking pictures of them. After the celebration, Nick returned to his apartment, only to find that Noah wasn't there. Meanwhile, Noah was with Briar. Briar had invited Michael over and left Noah alone with him before retreating to her room. However, Noah didn't drink or indulge in anything. She said to Michael, "We'll play the rest of the game later." She stayed away from Michael, but unfortunately, Nick arrived at that very moment and saw them together. Nick misunderstood the situation and became furious. He confronted Noah saying, "I told you to stay in the apartment, didn't I?" Noah, frustrated, replied, "I needed a break from everyone. You don't trust me, and I don't trust you either." Nick, still angry but trying to control himself, said, "Fine. I've received a job offer from London. I have 7 days to decide. You figure out what you want too." After this argument, Nick and Noah started living separately. One day, while checking Briar's Instagram, Noah stumbled upon a picture of Nick with Briar. Suddenly everything clicked, and she understood the connection. On the other side, Nick met with his friend Leon. They were planning to participate in a car race. This race wasn't just about winning money for Leon, it was also Nick's chance to take revenge on Ronnie if he participated. Nick and Leon first went to Nick's house to prepare, and then headed to the race. As expected, Ronnie was there, and they faced off against each other. However, Noah and Jane also arrived at the race, suspecting what Nick and Leon were planning. The race began, and Briar, watching from the sidelines, called the police. What was already a dangerous and intense race became even more chaotic with the arrival of the authorities. In the midst of the chaos, Ronnie's brother collided with Jane's car, making things worse. As the police tried to block the racers, Nick and Noah coordinated perfectly to trap Ronnie's car. They sandwiched it between their cars, forcing it to crash into a police vehicle. With Ronnie's car out of the race, Nick and Noah made their escape successfully, leaving the police behind. Ronnie is caught by the police again, so today, there's a party at Nick's house. Nick arrives with Sophia, while Noah comes with Briar. During the party, Nick asks Noah if she has made her decision. Noah replies, "The last night of the 7 days is still left." She then tells Nick to talk to Briar once. Meanwhile, Briar sneaks to the other side of the house and opens the back door. She enters with Nick's mom. Nick's mom interrupts the party saying, "I want to talk to all of you." Here, Nick's mom reveals the truth about Nick's dad and Noah's mom. She tells everyone, "My younger daughter Maggie is also the daughter of Nick's father, which means she also has a share in his property." Nick's dad confronts her angrily, asking, "How did you get my DNA?" At this moment, Noah speaks up. I let them come inside. Hearing this, Nick becomes furious with Noah and accuses her. You've ruined everything. Noah tries to calm him down and says, No, Nick. I just wanted to tell you the truth. I was planning to tell you that I want to be with you. But Nick doesn't listen. In his frustration, he kisses Sophia at the party. Watching this, Noah is completely heartbroken. Briar, who was observing everything, comes downstairs and shows Noah some old photos of Nick and Sophia together. Taking advantage of Noah's vulnerability, Briar secretly steals the key to Noah's apartment from her bag. By the time Nick realizes his mistake and comes back to apologize, Noah has already left. Then Briar confronts Nick and reveals a shocking truth. She tells him, Nick, when we had that accident, I was carrying your child in my womb, but your grandfather ruined everything. Nick is left stunned because he had no idea about this. Briar, still holding on to her grudge, promises to take her revenge. She then informs Nick Noah has gone to her apartment. However, Noah doesn't return to her apartment. Instead, she goes to Michael as a friend. Michael, trying to comfort Noah, switches off her phone and comes closer to her. In her emotional state, Noah lets her guard down, and the two end up crossing boundaries. But after some time, Noah decides to leave. As she steps outside, she finds Nick sitting there, waiting for her near her hostel. One look at Noah, and Nick understands everything that happened. Without exchanging any words, both of them part ways, heartbroken. A few days later, Noah visits her dad's grave. There, she finds a message from Nick written on a note. It says, Noah, I will always be your light in the darkness. And with this, the movie ends. Friends, how did you like the explanation of this movie? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.